You have access to a weapon of mass destruction. Do you realize that? Most people don't realize that. Um, and a lot of people think like of a weapon. They think, oh, a gun or a nuclear bomb or something. But to tell you the truth, those are toys compared to this weapon that we have access to, and this weapon is our cell phones. It's the internet. It's technology. You know, even if you think about AI, what is AI? AI is simply just a machine. You know, your phone is powered by AI already. I wouldn't be shocked if your phone can hear what you say, if it knows what you think to an extent. I wouldn't be shocked if these devices were making people sick. I wouldn't be surprised. And so much like these devices have changed history, you know. You could influence an entire population to do something or to think a certain way. Like, think of like a internet challenge or something. You know, these trends or these internet, you know, challenges or whatever. As an example, like, think of the Tide Pod challenge where people were eating Tide Pods. As an example, it's like most people would not think of doing that, but a small percentage of people who came across that on social media decided, oh, why don't I do that? Why don't I eat a Tide Pod or something? And that's what I mean. It's dangerous. It's like you could influence somebody, a very smart person even. You could influence someone to do some really dumb shit, you know? Even in terms of like content, how these influencers, you know, they are getting paid to distract you. These influencers are getting paid to distract you. And it's like, that's why they're getting paid. Cause the system or whoever's in charge needs people to be distracted. And in order to be distracted, you need a small group of people to do it for you. You know, you need the influencers. You know, all these models who are posting themselves online to distract lonely men. You know, all these games, all these videos, just endless content. And the only way these influencers are getting paid is to distract you. Essentially, they're getting paid to distract you from achieving your dreams or fulfilling your purpose. You know, they're getting paid to do that. And the thing is, that's why it's just so dangerous, because anyone could get on this device, and once you gain a following, once you know, get a certain amount of influence, you could convince people to do whatever, you know. It's so many cults, and people think that, oh, a cult is basically, people think a cult is some weird group where people, you know, it's a cult isn't what you think it is. A cult could literally just be like an internet personality. It could even just be one person, you know, with a massive following. And let's say if I were to have millions of followers, I could convince those millions of people to do what I want them to do, or to follow me, or to, you know what I'm saying? And that's why these phones are so dangerous. It's practically a weapon, you know, this technology. And yeah, it's like, it's even in the art of war. It's stated, I forgot the exact quote word for word, but the best way to win a war is to not fight at all. And you see how technology has enabled us to do that. We can defeat our enemies without even having to, you know, fight anyone. And that's what I feel that the people in charge, the elites or whatever, that's what they did. They got us through the technology. And another reason why these devices are so dangerous, why they're weapons, is because it's like we can't get rid of them. I mean, even me personally, like I need a phone right now to do certain things, right? And they designed it like that. You know, have you ever sat at the computer doing something and then they say, oh, you know, open up your phone to log in to a website or some shit, and you're thinking like, wait, I need a phone too? You know, they design it so that we have to depend on these devices to make us feel like, oh, we can't live without the phone. The fact that we need to keep a phone on us at all times, that is a problem. That is a huge issue. And most people don't see that. Most people don't think it's a problem. But you see how it's affecting society, bro? It's like people don't even socialize like they used to anymore. That's why it's such a dangerous weapon. No one had to fight anyone. All you had to do was hand out these devices, and now it's like you can enable people to destroy themselves. It's essentially a drug. It's like we have a problem if we can't get rid of these devices. If we can't go a day without a cell phone, that is a huge fucking problem. And I even come to the realization like, man, like at a certain point, I got to get rid of the cell phone because it's a massive distraction. Nobody actually needs a phone. And I know that sounds controversial to say that. Like, you know, I personally haven't heard anyone say that. Think about it though. Really think hard about it. It's like you don't need a phone. You know that, right? This device is essentially like kind of pointless. Because even a computer, everything you do on here, you can do on a computer. But we're trained to think, oh, we need this device. We need to be able to access it whenever, anytime, even when we're supposed to be focusing on other things like being outside in nature, like fitness, like building relationships with people, like our purpose, making money from a business. Like, it's a lot of people have basically lost themselves through this device. You know, nobody should ever keep a computer in their pocket, because essentially what's happening is we're damn near turning into cyborgs. Who the fuck needs this device 24/7? Like, nobody needs it. You know, it's actually kind of pointless. It's like, yeah, sometimes, you know, if you want to access the internet while you're out and about, but do you really have to? Is it a necessity? You know? And I had to really think long and hard about that to come to this realization. It's like these devices, they're better left alone. You know, I understand like a computer, but a cell phone, this miniature computer, you know, you shouldn't be able to have access to this device anytime you want. You shouldn't. A computer should be stationary. It's stationary for a reason, you know? So, yeah, think about that, you know? Do you really need this device? Like, or is it an absolute necessity? No. But comment what you think below. Like, do you think cell phones are a weapon? Do you think these devices are necessary? Do you really think that you need a cell phone on you at all times, 24/7? Even, it's like, no, you don't. We don't need to be listening to our headphones all day, and you know, it's pointless. But yeah, I just wanted to share that, and comment below what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to hear more about this topic. Peace.